Did you know that there have been a total of 173 one-bedroom or 1+1 bedroom condos, all with parking included, in downtown Toronto to have sold since the start of the year here in 2024? To make matters even better for you, 65% or 112 of these units have sold for a sale price below the $700,000 threshold, while the other 35% of these units were above that $700,000 mark. So what I did here was that I went into the MLS system and I took the area codes CO1 and CO8, which make up a large majority of the downtown core here in the city of Toronto, and in today's video we're going to see just how much it actually costs to get into a downtown Toronto condo in today's environment. So what borders am I talking about if you're not familiar with the city of Toronto? The entire box of our search will be from the Don Valley parking lot to the east, Bloor to the north, Lansdowne on a bit of a diagonal to the west, and then we'll finish off by Lake Ontario basically to the south. The streets here are going to be Lakeshore and Queens Quay. I'm also totally joking about the Don Valley parking lot. It's actually the Don Valley Parkway, or the DVP. This is just what my friends and I call it. It's a little bit of an inside joke since the traffic there can be pretty brutal sometimes. I wanted to see if anybody would catch up one since it is kind of subtle, but it does make me laugh. Quickly, my name is Trey and I'm a realtor here in the city of Toronto and the GTA. I love helping people just like you navigate the real estate market. No matter what your needs are, I've got you covered. Also, if you've got any questions, whether they're specific or general in nature, please feel free to give me a shout by using that first link down in the description below and pick a time that suits your availability. Now, let's get back to the good stuff. So this beautiful unit that you see behind me is located in City Place and sold for a sale price of $570,000. Some specs on the place: it's a 1+1 bedroom unit, 1 bathroom, parking included as I previously mentioned, and maintenance fees are sitting favorably at $416. These have to be paid in addition to your mortgage each month, but I'd say these are really fair for what you're getting here. I've been through this building so many times and have done a lot of deals here in the City Place area. The amenities in this particular building are also pretty great. You've got an indoor pool and a hot tub that overlooks a little section of the city, and a nice sized gym as well, so you can save money by not having other memberships elsewhere. In terms of the actual unit itself, also the space is really comfortable for 2 people. I always advise partnering up with someone to lessen the financial burden when getting into your first place, and have created a lot of content around on how to navigate this subject. Feel free to give me a shout to ask about how you can do this for yourself, or check out some of my other posts on Instagram for guidance on the subject. I post a lot of it there as well. But at the end of the day, we want to know how much would it actually cost us to get into a place like this, right? So let's go through the breakdown right now. Okay, so we've got a sale price of $570,000. You can see our different down payment amounts will fluctuate here. A common misconception is that you have to put 20% down when buying a place, but you certainly do not have to. You can do as little as 5% on the first $500,000, 10% on the next amount from $500,000 to $1 million, and anything above $1 million will require a 20% down payment on the entire purchase price. Quite frankly, saving up that full 20% will obviously take a long time, so I would encourage you to check out other options that are below that threshold. Also keep in mind that you will have mortgage default insurance that will be rolled into the mortgage if you are at that 5% mark, for example. So the overall mortgage will be a little higher, but again, it allows you to get into the market sooner if that's what aligns with your financial goals. But moving on, we will do a 25-year amortization, 4.84% 5-year fixed interest rate. Again, seek independent advice on the best mortgage product for you in your specific situation, whether it be a short-term fixed interest rate or a variable product, since rates are supposed to come down in the near future. There was an article on the Financial Post where Desjardins indicated that rates could be cut in half by the end of next year. But I really do want to stress that part there. Talk with people, talk with a mortgage broker, talk with your bank, and make sure that you come up with a really solid plan. After inputting those numbers, you'll see that the total cost of the mortgage will be $3,203 per month under the 5% example, and $3,028 under the 10% example. Some other costs to consider would definitely be your property insurance, property taxes, and utilities. For this building, a really great thing is you only have to pay for hydro, which obviously, like I said, is great, but this will vary from building to building, so keep that in mind when you are searching. I'd say you're looking at an extra $340 in additional costs, and of course $416 in maintenance fees that I said before, bringing your total payment to around $3,871. We'll split that in two if you are investing with someone else, which gives us a total of $1,935, give or take a couple bucks. Buyers will also have to pay land transfer taxes when purchasing as well. If you're buying in Toronto, like this example, you have to pay this fee twice upon closing, since we have have municipal land transfer tax here as well, which kind of sucks. This amount gets settled on closing, so you do have to make sure that you have enough money on hand to account for this cost, but your monthly obligation will still be the number that I said before, $1,935 each for you and your investing partner to carry a unit like this example in the city of Toronto. Another thing to consider would be to rent out the place for the first little while and have somebody else pay down the majority of the monthly obligation for you. Yes, you'll have to contribute dollars out of your pocket since a rental income will only cover about 65 to 70% of the total amount. But as the years progress, you'll build equity, which then can be taken advantage of in the future for different opportunities. It goes without saying that when you are buying, you should be thinking long term. 5 to 7 years or 10 years plus is going to be even better, and aren't day trading the place, because that's when things can get tricky. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in to another week of real estate content with me. If you found value in today's video, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel and give it a share if you don't mind. We'll see you soon, and remember to trust the process and fall in love with your journey.